Hope it was Power here to review the SH Figuarts Kamen build Cross-ZBuild form. So this is the movie form build gains, and you know, the movie. Uh, I don't know why I was blinking on the name. It's ordered just Joban Kamen build be the one. This is when they just started titling their movies by the opening because lazyism. Although build's the only one that was actually clever with it. So obviously here we have Cross-ZBuild here. At the perfection it is. I really like the gradient here. It's blue and then red and then blue up here. Here's the new Tamashii Nation's quality seal of approval, which again has been a thing they've been adding since Assault Wolf, for me at least, because I didn't know that was a thing. So there's that, and the back. And at the essentially it, obviously, brown box. I don't remember if I showed a Soul Wolves. I've been inconsistent with how I do figures just because I don't remember if I actually just leave the item there or if I like swing it in. So I apologize if I've been inconsistent with that. I don't remember how I review anymore. So here we have the figure art. And it just looks gorgeous. Like I really love this form. So it's perfection. But anyways, I guess going over details. Obviously, Cross-ZBuild is it's a kick bash of 2 or 3 suits. Obviously, the build half is a kick bash of the rabbit half. As you can see from here, obviously instead of this being black, I believe, they painted it gold. Obviously they added the build rider symbol in the middle, which I like. And again, this would normally be, I think, either black or silver, but it's gold now. The cross half, which has literally half of whatever this part is, which I think this is the most interesting part, because I did not know that a piece like this would be able to split. So that's cool. And now, obviously, instead of the orangish, or I want to say orange gold, but that's not really the case. It's not like this, but like the orange fire is now silver. And I don't remember if they actually kept the colors. I think they just changed the accent colors. And then they added, like I said, 3 suits, and that's because they added Evil Black Hole's tailcoat. So, and obviously changed it, so now this is like neat. As you can see from the build driver, whoops, but it's nicely detailed, like wow. And the Cross-ZBuild can is like literal, like remember when they actually remember when they actually painted the gimmicks? Obviously the caps aren't colored, but wow, this is the fact this is painted is amazing. And then build driver, I was blanking. So there's the strap, which again, like that. Obviously no full bottles on the holder. And yeah, that's essentially it. And one last thing, just I should actually probably talk about the head. The head is like literal perfection. Like I like the compound eyes. They look so pretty. Like obviously the gold is not like, you know, gold from like Golden Rabbit, but like the silver looks amazing and such. I really like how this ended up looking and such. Like, and I think this the rabbit half is also a new portion, because obviously the dragon came from Cross, so they just had to add this rabbit portion to the rabbit, because this rabbit's just, whoops, this rabbit's just, you know, the normal rabbit. It's not from Rabbit. So yeah, and the back, and even like I didn't even know about like the paint here too. I didn't even know that existed, but even like the undersuit, essentially, I like the matte black. It feels nice and such, but other than that, I should probably stop talking about this and just go with articulation. So head can go all the way. It's just that the colors kind of, you know, can get in the way. You know, a full like head rotation and such. Keep in mind that these are not as pointy as I thought they were going to be, which is good, but they're not delicate either. So I thought these would be like more troublesome, but they're not. So there goes that. The shoulder pad can move up for the case of the shoulder, and this is actually a cool thing I learned. You can actually pop out the arm to do a butterfly joint. That's really cool, because I was actually kind of struggling with some of the articulation until I just was like curious and pulled it out, and like you can do that and such. This shoulder pad seems to be attached to this, which is interesting. So essentially with this pushed in, you can't really move it as much, but then when you pull it out, you can actually move the arm to like some more detail. This is essentially almost like a double jointed bend, and this is obviously a bowl joint in typical fashion. I should probably show off rabbits too, because this obviously works differently than dragons, because I'm pretty sure this is how rabbits worked. Upper waist articulation. Obviously be careful about this hitting the Cross-ZBuild can, and I'm pretty sure the lower half can move too, and obviously the build driver will, it's kind of loose, but I don't mind it. So you can kick forward. You can't really kick back that much. You can kick to the, can't really kick to the side. This is like not at, like, this is pliable for sure, but not to the point where like, you know, it's going to get stuck. But however, like, you know, getting in the way, it's kind of like, yeah. Swivel like so. Bend, double jointed. The feet, full rotation, toe bend, and side. So yeah, that's the articulation. As the Cross-ZBuild can popped out, because it kind of readjusts his waist. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know this front piece actually comes up, or not comes out, but it actually folds up. That's actually neat. Huh, that's cool. Man, yeah, I didn't play with this enough. So that's essentially it for the figure itself. Now let's go over the accessories as we have him stand. Right, so, and as my set falls, he literally only comes with like three sets of, not, he comes with one set of hands and another additional two. So he comes with two splayed open hands for each arm. Then the build half comes with two additional hands. The you know, the signature pose hand and the build driver hand. So I'll actually show this one off, because I think this one's pretty cool, because obviously this is my first build figure art I'm experiencing what the heck she has a build driver. So just simply switch the hands like so. It's not, I'm not as scared of like switching hands like Assault Wolf, luckily, so that's good. And I forgot to mention, obviously the build driver can obviously rotate, because why would they not allow you to do that? So you just simply insert that, and I really like how the breads are pretty close. So you simply just insert that like so, and then now you have him holding the build driver. And fun thing you can do is that you can literally have him crank it. And it's just kind of fun doing this. I don't know why. It's kind of relaxing. Obviously, yeah, I do kind of worry of like this, rubbing paint off of this sometime. But other than that, I feel like it shouldn't really be a thing you should worry about. Now we got the pose hand, which this will be fun. So obviously you just simply not have it pegged all the way. So, okay. So here he is with, obviously, here's the build hand, and then I just put the relaxed hand. I just switched the only cross hand there is, because did Banjo really not do a lot of hand motions and such? But, obviously you can do his signature pose, just try to do it naturally. I can't do it like how I did in the thumbnail, because, I unposed him. Something like that. I'm not gonna show the legs. But anyways, yeah, okay, that's pretty horrible. So before we get to conclusions, because I have other figures of this, let's do comparisons. So let me just zoom out. And so first, let's compare this with the RKF figure. This is the second figure of this form to get released. And I know obviously there's a huge price difference, but I just have to say, wow. This is definitely something. And the fact that this didn't even come with the right hand technically. So, which is why I was like really confused when it came with this hand. I'm like, wait, what? But other than that, like, the RKF does a nice job. Like, I will give that. Like, the RKF, like, I'll still say this is probably like the best Legend Rider RKF they put out. And I really like how RKF tackled this form. I guess my only issue is just how they handled the shoulder pads, because for Cross's case, this is attached to his shoulder, and then for build, they actually like somewhat situated, but other than that, like, it's kind of limited because this is like, stuck to it. And I honestly really like the gold for the eye. Like, obviously it's not like, they're not compound, and obviously the the cape isn't painted, but other than that, like, the RKF did a really good job with this form. And last but not least, not technically last, but with the next figure, which will be the last, will be the Soto figure itself, to which I think the Soto also does a good job at this. Obviously it's the Soto, and it's a candy toy, so a lot of things had to get sacrificed, but I think for what they were able to do, it's pretty nice. Obviously Soto was actually able to replicate the cape really well. Obviously at the time they didn't do, neither of these figures surprisingly don't have the belt strap. Obviously it wasn't until Geo they actually did start dedicating to do stickers for that. But see here, the shoulder pad is actually like attached to the arm for both of these. However, this shoulder piece here is attached to the entire cross thing. And I really like how they actually, I don't know why he comes off the stand, but It's really interesting how they actually specifically molded this out so then the holder can actually still stay in there. Like, that's really nice of them. Other than that, like, obviously it's not really fair comparing these. I still think the Soto does a nice job at giving us the first representation of this form. Other than that, my only issue is just, for some reason, it doesn't like standing on the stand. And obviously he comes with a drill crusher, so he technically comes with an extra accessory, so I guess that's a bonus, but it's not accurate, so unless he used it in the final stage show, but I doubt he did. But yeah, that's it. Okay, so unlike Assault Wolf, I actually wanted to attempt to like recreate the thumbnail I did for the RKF, and that wasn't successful, just because his foot isn't even like on the surface, which is weird. But yeah, I already said a lot about this, if you couldn't tell. I absolutely love this figure. This is just like, you guys just don't know already. This is just my absolute, like, this has been my favorite form out of Build entirely. Probably like definitely my top movie forms and my top fusion forms within Rider. Other than that, like, I don't have anything else to say about this figure. This figure is just perfection until Orthos Vulcan. Oh gosh, I can't wait until March for that. But I love this figure, despite the fact it's just gonna stay in its box after this. But that's why, like, I know it's kind of pointless for me to like just get figures of my absolute favorite forms and then just to like have them box. Honestly, that's just kind of why like I get multiple versions of it. That's why I got the Soto and RKF. One I cannot bother with, and one I can absolutely can, and still not. Like, I don't do anything with my figures, but like, really, if it's just up to you, like, essentially, if you need this figure, like, you can either get it or not get it. This is pretty, like, it's expensive Figuarts price, like, on Mandarake. It's like $70 to $80. Like, it's your choice. I feel like Figuarts are kind of only worth it when you pre-order them. So, like, deposit-wise via, like, Tocollectibles, I feel like that's where it's kind of worth it. Other than that, like, but I had to get this because it's cross-build. I'm happy that they did it. So, like, I'm actually impressed how far they've gone through with build and Figuarts. Like, they're actually nearly done. We just need blood and kill this, essentially. Because Prime Rogue is getting released sometime. Or, Prime Rogue getting released after Cross Evo. So, yeah. Anyways, this is essentially it for this video. I can gush about it for all I want. I'll save that gushing for when I get Orthos Vulcan. This is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people. Bye.